Yo, everybody! I just wanted to say, use your words kindly and forgive people often, 'cause you never know when it could be the last day on earth. Use your words kindly because you never know. That might be the last time you get to see that person on earth. Do you really want to have that regret of telling somebody that you hate them, or telling somebody that they are mean, or telling somebody that you don't like them, or that you hate them, or that they were not what you wanted them to be, so you didn't want to be their friend? And never tell somebody you hate them or don't like them. Do you really want that to be the last thing that person hears? And do you really want to be, and then what if that person dies that day or the next day? Do you really want that regret or that in your mind forever, that that was the last thing you said to them? So think before you say something mean or unkind. Think, if that person dies, would you really want that to be the last thing you told them? You never know when God's going to call them home. And you never really get to say goodbye to somebody. To me, it isn't goodbye. It is see you later. And that person, as I said before, lives in your heart, is a spirit and a guardian angel through your heart. Mark, I miss you. You were the first boy that I ever thought was hot. You were the first boy that was my friend and that didn't care that I had a disability, that did not care that I wasn't popular, or did not care the way I looked. You stuck up for me in third grade. The first year I was in third grade, when people would laugh at me, you would tell them to stop. You were the most gentle, kind guy I ever met, and the most integrity guy. Even when you knew I had a crush on you, most guys would not let me sit by them or be their friend. But no, you were different, and I know that. I wish the rest of the world was more like you. I wish you didn't have to die from cancer. I wish we can find a cure for cancer so you didn't have to die. But it was God's will for you to die, and what you left behind in this world is a gift that most people don't have. A kind heart, a caring heart, and one that was not selfish. One that cared more about people than money, cared about life, and cared about people on the inside, and didn't look for what people was on the outside, and didn't look for the smart people. You were friends with everybody, just about. You didn't care if they were popular. You didn't care if they dressed different. You liked them for their character and personalities. I'm gonna miss you. My first friend that I could call friend ever, besides God. But I didn't know the Lord back then in third grade too much as I know now. I'm gonna miss you, Mark. This isn't goodbye. This is see you later. And what you leave behind, I will always treasure forever. And your memories are grained in my heart and in my brain. And truth be told, I've always had a crush on you. Still to this day, I think I have a crush on you. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because you were a kind, gentle man or boy back then. I don't know if it was because you stuck up for me when nobody else would. I don't know what it is, but I know I will never forget you. And your death taught me to cherish moments with people and to tell them I love them more and to be more like you. And most of all, your death taught me to go after my goals more than ever. And your death is pretty hard on me because you were my first real friend and the first person that I wanted to kiss. And though the happy times are in my mind, and though I miss you, but I have mixed feelings about your death. I want to cry, and sad tears and happy tears. I want to cry because I want to celebrate your life. I also want to cry because I just want to see your smiling face. And I want to thank you for being the person you are, who you were. But then again, I'm happy for you because you're in heaven and you're no longer suffering from cancer. It's a deadly disease. I can't comprehend what cancer people go through. But I pray that one day we find a cure for cancer. And I hope that you help the people grieve your loss, Mark, and to bring them closer to God. As I said, people, use your words kindly. You never know if that's the last time you see that person. Do you really want it to be, I hate you, you're ugly, you're pretty? I mean, not you're pretty, sorry. Well, you are pretty. Do you really want it to be, you're ugly, I hate you, I wish you were more like this, or I don't like the way you act, or I don't like your body, or you're too emotional, or you're a bully, or you're mean, or you're insensitive, or you're not appreciative, or you're emotionless? Do you really want the last thing you say to somebody to be bad, and then they die, and you regret it? Do you really want to have that regret? Use your words kindly. You never know if that is the last time you're going to see that person on earth. But you will see them in heaven if they believe in God, most likely. But still, do you really want to grain that in your heart? Tell people you love them if you really do. Tell somebody that you care for them if you really do. Tell somebody that you want to help them out if you really want to help them out. Use your words for good, not bad. And when somebody dies, dance, smile, celebrate their lives. Grieve them too. We all grieve in our own way. We all have different emotions. And just remember that they will always be in your heart and they will always smile back at you. It doesn't matter how long it's been since you've talked to that person. It doesn't matter how many fights you had with that person. Just remember the good times. And remember what they taught you. And remember, people, you don't get happiness by money. You don't get happiness by the biggest house. You don't get happiness by the biggest car. You don't get happiness from all your accomplishments. You don't get happiness from how many friends you have. You don't get popular how many friends you have on Facebook. I mean happy for how many people you have on Facebook. And you definitely don't get happy for how many people you tear down to up your self-esteem. What makes you happy is going beyond yourself. And in my opinion, is loving God and putting God in the driver's seat of your life. People have different opinions. People are different. Embrace their difference. Because you never know. That person could change your life. Even saying hi to somebody could change your life. And it does not matter if that person has a disability, if that person cries a lot, wants attention, or anything. It does not matter if that person is in a wheelchair. Somebody can teach you something no matter what the condition is. Somebody can be your friend. Somebody can love you for who you are. Just by simply saying hi, you can change somebody's life. Simply by asking somebody that is different than you to be your friend. Don't get to know people just because they look different. I mean, that's not what I meant. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody just because they look different. And don't judge people by how they look. Judge people by what's on their inside. Don't judge people by their book smarts. We're all different. And remember, you have a purpose in this life. And you can change somebody else just by being you. And go beyond your comfort zone. That's how you learn who you're made of. And that's how you learn to strengthen yourself through God. And yes, I'm repeating myself sometimes. But you know what? Maybe people need to hear this. And me repeat it to get it into their brain. Use your words for kindness. Help out people that are depressed. Help out people that are not depressed. Change who you are through God. Don't worry about getting praise from other people. Worry about getting praise from God. Don't fit into this world. Fit into God's world. World, I meant, not world. Well, yeah. World. If you guys can understand what I'm saying. Anyways. Have a nice night.